Good morning from camp somewhere on the trail. Not sure where I am. I just pulled off the trail last night. It was starting to get dark and found a spot. It's always good when you wake up and you're not under a widowmaker. Morning again. I'm up and moving, and I figured I would show a little bit of where I am before I pack up and move on. Got my coffee, so a little bit more energy, but there's a setup from last night. It was cozy and warmer than I expected, so I was pretty good. So I found this spot just up the mountain. You can see it's not a whole lot going here. What I like about this bivy sack is one, it's very light, but I also could fit it just about anywhere. It's so small. All right, back on the trail. Most mornings when I'm camping, I'll get up pretty early, just naturally, and get moving. But today I decided to take it easy and stay in camp a little longer. What's this sign? 28. That's pretty interesting. It's like it's got a mouth, a monster mouth. Here's another one of those signs. The other one was 28, so I'm guessing that's mile 28. Pretty obvious. This trail is pretty well marked. Other than the two sections that the extra that I did, the Burkhead Trail, where you turn off to continue the Uwharrie Trail. I went on to the end, and when I got to the trailhead last night, there was a 0.2 section of Uwharrie Trail. Everything else has been marked. What I noticed, we just passed back there again, is a 27M sign, and about where I camped last night was the 28M, so it's nice to see that they have the mile markers. I think that's what they are. They do face northward on the trail, and as I'm walking south, I see that there's a sign facing the other way, and I can see it when I pass, so I guess it serves the same purpose. I'll just count down. So today, I'm not really sure how far I'm gonna hike, which is kind of nice. I have 2 days to finish the trail, and I'll just go till I get tired and then finish up in my car tomorrow. I'm hoping to get around 20 today, so that tomorrow's a short day, but we'll see. Also, the last few trails that I've done, I was fortunate to have the Far Out app, and on that I could look ahead at possible campsites, water sources, things like that, and the map will tell me how far away it is for me. And based on recommendations on the Uwharrie Trailblazers Club, I'm using the Gaia app, and it has distances in between points, and so I have to add up the distances, and I decided just not to worry about that unless I just need water soon, and then I'll do it to a water source. Maybe there's a way to do the distance from where I am to some point. I haven't figured it out. It's also kind of fun just to hike and enjoy myself and not have to worry about getting to this point. As I mentioned, I use the Far Out on other hikes. Those hikes I was more constrained for time. For instance, the Foothills Trail, it's a little less than 80 miles, and I had 4 days to do it, so I had to make sure I got some miles each day to have a buffer on the backside. This one I have 3 days to do this trail, so should be fine. Yesterday I got almost 15 miles, although about 2 of that was extra exploring. We'll see if I do that today. There's a couple spots I think I might want to check out. So just looking to have a good hike today. Yep, 7.3 miles. I probably made a good call last night not coming here, even if there were not people camped here, because I'm at 1.7 miles today, and this would be 2 miles. Definitely would have been dark, so I'm glad I stopped where I did. Wow, this one's pretty nice. Oh, there's a plaque. I was just stopping to take a picture of myself with the 26 mile sign, and I took the picture and didn't realize there was a trail runner coming through, and apologized to him for it. He just blasted by. Looks like he's pretty comfortable out here. I know they have a annual race, I believe it's in February, the Uwharrie Trail Run, and I think it has 8, 20, and 40 mile distances. I used to want to run it, but every year I ran the Krispy Kreme Challenge. I did that for 10 years in a row. I got to about year 6 or 7 and then decided I can't stop now, I got to get to 10. One of those years, the trail run fell on a different weekend. So I put my name in and was unsuccessful. It fills up super quick, and then they changed the rules. I don't know if it's still the same. If you sign up for like all the races in the series, you can get in. So I've yet to run it. My girlfriend has run it several times. I think she's only done the 20, and she's done quite well in it, but claims her trail running days are over. So I've never got to see her run, but evidently she came out and kicked butt. Well, I'm walking the trail, I'm not running it. More power to the folks that can do those long distances. It's pretty impressive and honestly motivating. To me, I'm okay not doing it. So, pretty soon we're gonna get to the trailhead. I think we'll cross the road and approach King Mountain, which is the highest point on the Uwharrie Trail, just over 1,000 feet. So I was wrong back there on the video. I was saying how I had a little bit to go to get to the Joe Moffett trailhead, and then shortly after that it would be King Mountain. But King Mountain is first, and then it's a little ways to Joe Moffett trailhead. Then after that will be Little Long Mountain, which has a shelter, Eagle's Nest, I think it's called. But right now I'm on the top of King Mountain, 1,020 feet, and I'm gonna try to do my best Fortune impression. If you're not following him on the Appalachian Trail journey right now, Fortune Adventures, I recommend it. But it's a clear day. The sun is coming out. The birds are whistling and singing. It's not too hot yet. You still can see through the trees. Just a good old hike. Now standing on the top of King Mountain, and King Mountain is in the bag. Okay, that was goofy. First time I ever did that, but it's fun watching Fortune do that. I think to really be like Fortune, I had to have like a gravelly in the bag, like in the bag. Okay, that still looks goofy, but you get the idea. He's a pro. No one should try to copy it. And in case you're wondering, are there rocks? Heck yeah, there's rocks. Love it. Fortunately, they're not too bad for walking. You can walk around them, but they're poking out everywhere. I also think sometimes when I see little ones poking up in the distance vertically, they kind of remind me of gravestones when there's a line of them. Who knows? Maybe some are. When they were building this place and cutting up all the big rocks to place randomly, they had all the little pieces that came off, and I'm guessing that's where this is where they dumped them. They just dumped all the little tiny ones that were wouldn't stick out or look cool, and hoping you just forget it as you walk through. It is funny though how this one has so many more little ones. I got some of the big ones too, but I think I said earlier that there are no waterfalls on the Uwharrie Trail, and I was wrong. Check this guy out. Hey, that's at least, what, 2 feet? That counts, right? Also, what is this big piece of metal? Interesting. Some kissing trees. It's a pretty aggressive one too, honestly. Along the way, I keep seeing some of these blazes written on. Not sure how I feel about it. So the messages are generally positive until someone modifies it like this, but you could argue it's definitely not leave no trace. So I don't know, positive messages on the trail on something that's already there, but then does that give the right to others to write what they want like this on it? I don't know. Something to think about. I talk a lot about the rocks, and there are a lot, and I like them. But some areas are like this, where you get a lot of pine straw, and it's very nice and soft on your feet. I like that too. We were at the Joe Moffett Trailhead. I want to read this plaque. In recognition of lifelong Randolph County resident and scout leader Joe Moffett, who scouted, built, and maintained the Uwharrie Trail with the help of his Boy Scouts and volunteers. His knowledge of backcountry wilderness skills and local lore have been preserved through his writings and teaching. His community leadership, legacy of connecting people to nature, and conservation ethic will forever endure. We are deeply indebted to him. It's really cool. So this trail, I think I mentioned yesterday, used to be around 40 miles long, and over time it was lost, and now they're trying to reconnect it. So that's why I had to do the road walk. But thanks to Mr. Moffett and probably many other people besides him working alongside him helped to build this trail, and hopefully we can have the full thing once again. But I'm very thankful for what we have today, and thankful for the maintainers, and I also just like the history of it too. So it was neat reading about that and seeing a plaque there dedicated to Mr. Moffett. That way anyone who comes out and walks the trail can get a little bit of the history of it if you don't read around like I was doing prior to coming out. at the top of Little Long Mountain, and you have Eagle's Nest Shelter. And this is, I just don't even know how to describe it. Awesome day. Got blue skies, and you can see far out in the distance. Let's go over here and I'll show you. See all the mountains. It's a large shelter too. You could fit a lot of people in there. No way! There's a privy here with a view. Well, it's something. It's a bucket. I'm not opening it. But if you need to go and you want a view, Eagle's Nest Shelter is for you. Check this out. Every forest seems to have a tree like this, like a dragon's head. This is cool. First time I've seen like rock cliffs, I guess you'd say. Man, I love the sound of water. Well, I was talking about how much I like the water. Ha, now I get to go in it. Looks like we get to do a river crossing. That is cool. All right, we're just gonna do it. That felt good. That water is refreshing. And it feels good. I dipped my hat in and whew, that's nice and refreshing. Camp 8B. Do you see it? Do not look into its eye. Getting some good views this morning. See the mountains across the valley there. It's nice. The leaves haven't come in yet, so you can see through them. All right, jumping off rock. Uwharrie Trail. A little bit more road walking instead of following the Uwharrie Trail. Looks like there's a little trail up here to see jumping off rock. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's not too far, so we'll check it out. That water looks pretty deep. It'd be nice for a swim. Here, let me turn the camera so you can see those rocks. They're big. So glad it came down. Of according to Gaia, that says it's the Old Uwharrie Trail. I'm not sure what that means. I mean, maybe it's the obvious. They moved the new one over to the Jumping Off Rock Trailhead. I don't know. Made it to Jumping Off Rock Trailhead and decided to take a break, have lunch. It's a pretty nice trailhead. A lot of room for parking. I've done about 7.5 miles today. I think I'm gonna try for about 12 more, just so tomorrow's not gonna be a long day. But I'll sit here for a little while, finish lunch, and then spot for trash too, which is kind of nice, and then head on down the trail. I take back what I said about the rocks not covering the path and being pretty easy to walk around them. Uphill and rocky. Rocky switchbacks. 20 miles to go. All right. Not today. Got about 11 more today, maybe 10. Over the last quarter mile, half mile, I passed 3 people that had military style packs on. I guess they're out for a ruck. It's a pretty nice place to do it. It's warm too. There's a point over there at the end of the ridge here. Got some cool rocks. Made it to the top of Horse Mountain. The trail goes right next to it, and the peak is on forest land, so I decided to check it out. Man, Safe show today. It's pretty hot, and I guess I'm not used to it. It's in the 70s, so it's not terribly hot, but walking in the sun, definitely need to be drinking water. I found the stream, decided to take a break, and it's shaded and a little bit of breeze too, so it's a win. So we're gonna hang out here for a little bit and then continue on. This is the bent tree section of the forest, the Arches Forest. I can't believe my eyes. A bridge on the Uwharrie Trail. Crazy. What's this? 2 bridges back to back? I'm gonna get spoiled. Oh, river crossing. A couple of these signs, or these posts that used to have signs. I'm wondering if it's the old informational boards. They're usually at the start of the trailhead, a little further up from the new, or what appears to be new signs. All right, more water. Not sure if I crossed. Nope, here's the trail. Very pretty. Neat little campsite here. You got a fire ring, water. Make sure you have water on both sides. If it were late enough, I'd stay here, but got more miles to do, time to use. That was a pretty deep crossing, and it looks like people moved some rocks, but the Mother Nature was like, hold my beer. I'm gonna make that one more challenging. It's like, what, 2 or 3 blew down right here. Wasn't so bad. I actually crossed over those, but I guess you could walk from over there. It's cool. I was thinking about making a joke as I saw that blowdown. Like, damn, look what Mother Nature did. It made a dam. I walked right past it, and probably 10 feet later, I'm like, this doesn't look like trail. So, I don't know what that means, just random thoughts. We're near private property again. Every time we get near private property, they have so many of these signs. There's another one right over there. I wonder how many people actually go on their property. Or are they just being aggressive? I don't know. I really don't care to go on their property. If I did, it'd probably be an accident. I'm just trying to follow the trail. I guess some people, if they want to look for a campsite, since in the national forest, you can camp anywhere, may go over there. There's another one. There's another one. I wonder if all owners put up this many signs, or if it's just certain ones depending on your personality and how much you don't want people on your property. Oh well. This is the way it goes. Found another one. Shocking, right? Private property, trespassing for any purpose. You know what's interesting is I think one of them on the Burkhead area said you can't go hunting on it. And it was a hunting club. So I guess no one else can go hunting on it. I find that a little funny. It's the famous Crystal's Place. Yeah, man, we're gonna check that out. But we're not gonna go this way in case it's not clear, it's posted. Crystal's Place. Wow. Man, that fire pit's no joke. Picnic tables. Look at those shutters. Fancy. Plenty of water. Very cool. Just leaving Crystal's place. It's a very cool shelter. I would stay there if the time was right, but have about another hour of hiking. I'm trying to get under 10 miles to finish up tomorrow, just so I can get on the road at a decent time. Takes a couple hours to get home, so I don't want to get home too late. Yates Place Camp, 1/2 mile. Well, it's the Uwharrie Trail for me. The fire got that one. That one's melted. Also, these reflectors someone put on it, I imagine those are pretty cool at night. I filled up all my water, even my CNOC bag, about 2 miles ago. I didn't see this creek on the map. Oh well, I have water. All right, made it to the 8-mile mark. And I think that'll be it for today. I'm gonna find a campsite. Sun's going down. Should get a good sunset. So now it's time to find a good spot, set up, and hopefully be ready for bed before it gets dark. That'll be a record for me. So I found a campsite for the night. I hit my goals. I was trying to get under 10 miles left to go before the for the end of the trail, because I didn't want to have to hike too far tomorrow to get out. I found a campsite that it's still daylight. It's pretty flat, and I'm also going to get the sunset. It's pretty cool. So I don't remember the last time that I've actually had dinner before dark, except for last year on the AT when we stopped earlier. But overall today, got a lot of miles in. I did get pretty tired. The last 5 or 6 miles were tough, and getting some hot spots on my feet. So I'm gonna have to take care of those tonight and hope tomorrow's better. So 8 miles to go tomorrow to finish up the Old Uwharrie Trail. I figured I might as well show the setup I've been using. I have a tarp, and I got this bivvy, and the weather's been so nice that I've just used the bivvy, which is kind of cool to look up at the stars at night. So it's pretty small and it's pretty light to carry. So so far I'm digging it. If it does rain or gets real windy, I could put the tarp on top of it, but I haven't had to do that yet. So this is home for the night.